What's up, you guys? It's Paul from the 9 to 5 Investors Club channel here. In this video, I wanted to talk to you quickly about some updates on Trump's COVID-19 testing as well as Joe Biden. And on top of that, I wanted to share some thoughts on what I think we can expect from the stock market and how I'm planning to proceed with my investments, okay? So the latest news I see here, which was released just about 15 minutes ago, was that, that Trump is at Walter Reed Medical Center and could be discharged as early as Monday, according to his physicians, okay? This seems highly optimistic at this point. Over the course of Trump's illness, he experienced 2 episodes of transient drops in his oxygen saturation and was given a steroid. And also, Trump rode past supporters in his motorcade outside of Walter Reed late Sunday afternoon and tweeted a video saying he is getting great reports from his doctors, okay? Now, we don't know that for sure yet. Of course, they're trying to be very optimistic. There has been some articles saying that they haven't been completely transparent. There's been a little bit of mixed feedback from his physician, so we still have to wait and see. From what we saw from Boris Johnson's case, the British Prime Minister, we saw that around day 7 to day 8 was actually when it got the worst. So let's see what's going to happen next week. We still have to keep an eye on it. Obviously, we want both of them to be in good health. Both Trump, even Biden tested negative for COVID-19, which is great. So, honestly, if both of them ended up getting sick or there was any kind of a terrible news in the White House, something like that, that's going to lead to even more volatility than before, okay? So if Trump were not able to continue running for office, then Pence would take over until the elections. If not Pence, it would be Nancy Pelosi. So either way, this kind of uncertainty is what leads to a lot of volatility in the stock market, okay? So my opinion, though, is over the long term, irrespective of who's in the White House, the stock market is still going to be in the green, guys. So if you look at every presidential election, irrespective of who the president was, there are definitely stocks that have done exceptionally well. Over the long term, the stock market keeps going up, and as long as you're investing consistently in good companies, you will come out good on the other end, okay? So don't worry too much about this short-term volatility leading up to election and until this whole COVID case gets resolved. For the long term, keep investing and be consistent with it, okay? Now, in my personal opinion, the people who are completely at the mercy of the volatility are people who blindly invest in index funds like the S&P 500, because you're not only thinking about which companies within the S&P 500 are really doing exceptionally well, which ones are adjusting to the newest trends in this world, be it technology or any other kind of industry, and ultimately, to really maximize your profits, you need to be able to invest in companies that are disruptive, that are innovative, that are doing exceptionally well, irrespective of what the market looks like, irrespective of who's in the White House, and irrespective of what kind of a pandemic is going on, okay? So in my opinion, if you're going to blindly invest in index funds, sure, you may experience lesser volatility than individual stocks, but in my opinion, you're at far more at the mercy of volatility and uncertainty in the market, okay? So my investing style typically has to do with only investing in companies that I know, like, trust, and that are disruptive at its core, okay? So I look at them more in terms of industries. So for example, I think artificial intelligence is the future. And one of the leaders in artificial intelligence is NVIDIA. And so irrespective of who's in the White House, NVIDIA is going to do exceptionally well, okay? And electric vehicles are the future. So companies like Tesla are going to be market leaders in EV, okay? Even NIO actually came out with their record deliveries of cars, where they were up 154% year over year in the third quarter, okay? You also have other companies outside of electric vehicles, like hydrogen fuel-based vehicles, like workhorse, for example. So there are definitely companies that are on the cutting edge of innovation, cutting edge of what the future is going to look like, and I honestly believe that's where you should put your money in, okay? And one other thing that I'm looking at right now is renewable source of energy. So within renewable sources of energy, some of the best stocks that are doing exceptionally well are actually solar stocks. So companies like Enphase Energy, SolarEdge, Sunrun, Vivint Solar, First Solar, all these companies have been doing exceptionally well over the last 1 or 2 years, okay? So that's because, again, renewable energy is the future. It doesn't matter who's in the White House that much, okay? If you look at it here, I have a couple of calls on TAN. TAN is the ETF that has all the companies like Enphase, SolarEdge, and Women Solar within it. And it's been one of my most profitable calls ever. Okay. As you can see, this January $60 call, which I bought about 2-3 months ago, is up 436%, which was a lot more than expected. Okay. Even in the last 3 months, it's up 77%. Last 1 year, it's up 138, almost 139%. And for an ETF to be up that much is pretty amazing. Okay. And the only reason that's happening is because it's within a sector that's really the future. Okay. There are a couple of other stocks in the renewable energy field as well that are doing exceptionally well. So there's artificial intelligence, you have renewable energy, you have electric vehicles. So just think about industries like this, guys. You have companies in edge computing. So companies like Fastly and Cloudflare are doing exceptionally well. You have cybersecurity like Zscaler, CrowdStrike. So it's think about these sectors which are the future, and those are what are going to do really well. Okay, if you strictly put your money in SPY or VOO, which are S&P 500 index funds, you don't have too much control on what's really happening with your investments. Okay, now if you're someone who doesn't have the time to do too much research, and you'd rather just put 500 a month or 1,000 a month in SPY and just are you satisfied with a 7 to 8% annual return, then that's honestly fine. But I'm a little more aggressive, I'm a little more active with my investment strategies, and so that's how I'm proceeding with it, irrespective of how much volatility there is in the market. Okay. Now, having said that, I'm also just looking at the futures for tomorrow. As of 7:40 p.m. Eastern time here, looks like we are recovering a little bit. All three indices are up almost 0.5% or more. So this doesn't confirm how it's going to behave tomorrow, but there's a good chance that the markets might open in the green tomorrow morning. Okay. Again, it's going to depend a lot on what kind of news we see. We could still see a turnaround. We're still kind of hovering around this 50-day moving average. We did see an MACD crossover here, which is a positive sign for me. These are the different support and resistance lines that I'm currently watching, that I'm keeping an eye out for. But again, guys, the SPY is just an idea to see where the market is moving. But my real interest is in individual stocks that are disruptive, that are innovative, and they're here to stay, and they're opening up new industries. Okay. Just that's what I wanted to share with you guys here today. Just another quick reminder about the Discord channel here. I recommended a couple of trades here over the last week or two that I've been doing pretty well. This call is up 60% for the SPYG. We have a Facebook call here, it's been up 56% in the last 1 week. Another Apple call up 118% in the last 1 week. So if you want to get live trade alerts like this completely free straight to your Discord app, feel free to join. The link is in the description as well as the pinned comment. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, guys, please do smash that like button, leave a comment below if you have any questions or you want to share some of your thoughts, and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Okay, thanks again for watching, and until next time.